bay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull. Kedi, pocket al jang. Chumana mira kura chuka am great bay. Wabang kuya do munam alilangai. Ka kola kinon yangai. Yeah, I'm gonna pull. Tong di ka chelo mi na chi an myo de. Yeah, I'm gonna pull wa. Why di ka chelo mi na chi an myo bay. Panjung dari nation, itu nunggu besar tu madang kebeluil. Togen yang monyo, togan bagrial. Jadi marke kamu kajiran biar wong nam. Bagrial tu kebeng kenam chen ni cekang arole. Panjung dah fel wai suah bupanya. Yan mut kum makerai, yan mut kum makerai. Rasa dijaga aran erero ke kai cuy. Cini buah balaben, unamai bai. Dia hanya bola kuba ayan di gaji bungwet deke dan wo de falping bai di hang boy wara yo de ayan di kenye ngapa de jeng yang aja ya bandun Panjung dari nation, itu nunggu besar tu madang kebeluil. Togen yang monyo, togan bagrial. Jadi marke kamu kajiran biar wong nam. Bagrial tu kebeng kenap chen ni cekang arole. Panjung dah fel wai suah bupanya. Yan mut kum makerai, yan mut kum makerai. Rasa dijaga aran erero ke kai cuy. Cini buah balaben, unamai bai. Living rinje foga dia anya bola kuba ayan di gaji bungwet deke dan wo de falpe bai di hago boy wala yo de ayan di kenye ngaba de jeng yang aja ya bandun. Panjung dari nation, itu nunggu besar tu madang kebeluil. Togen yang monyo, togan bagrial. Jadi marke kamu kajiran biar wong nam. Bagrial tu kebeng kenam chen ni cekang arole. Panjung dah fel wai suah bupanya. Yan mut kum makerai, yan mut kum makerai. Rasa dijaga aran erero ke kai cuy. Cini buah balaben, unamai bai. Living rinje foga dia anya bola kuba ayan di gaji bungwet deke dan wo de falpe bai di hago boy wara yo de ayan di kenye ngapa de jeng yang aja ya bandun.
Cái món ăn nong tiếng về cái chả cái chả nhẹ về coi to Facebook cái giờ là coi to TikTok cái à lấy từ nong en nan mình về yok về coi to Facebook cái coi to TikTok I'm testing a double life and YouTube at the same time so I don't know that whether they will work but whatever you're watching to TikTok cái to Facebook cái then depend on where you're getting me. So, but I will focus on Facebook. We're going to Facebook. That's where my focus will be. So nanong Iran da TikTok ekunong ti nothing alaka then, or if you see me addressing quite a Facebook more then I'm live on Facebook. Right? So let me know if you can hear me. Can get on we go to TikTok, go to Facebook, go to YouTube. I think I'm live on three sections, depending on where you're watching me. The topic I will be talking about cultural preservation and bijam tonga jeng malish le nazar ma bes marutan denka baden and then kalam be rutan denka. If you can hear me properly, this will just be lectures and anang kaban ka jam tin are very important. And thank you John Ngong. On so we go to TikTok we be ping na cha if I'm not addressing you directly we work again like in way I will be focusing seriously on Facebook. So onto Facebook, onto live Facebook, onto YouTube. I think not onto YouTube. Let me know later whether you can hear me. And so I can see you, I think on TikTok. How many people are already watching? Okay. TikTok, 15 people. I think on Facebook. On Facebook, I can see, okay, 33 people. Maybe the list will go later. So this will be the music, and then what will the Lord I'll talk. This is a conversation. It's nothing serious, but I need you to listen. Thank you. Thank you, Tong Man. Thank you. Our Facebook ya we piange we waige. Okay. Text me and you will let me see that. I will appreciate it. Coca TikTok, am I clear with you? Can you hear me properly? Or Coca YouTube? Thank you. Thank you, Roger. Thank you. Thank you, my Diamond. Hey, chakamot we koi ping na very clear we koi ping and TikTok ka koi ping and Facebook ka iran ping and YouTube janto on I think anto live both on Jang Ding Chanko on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube at the same time, all of them. So depend on where you're watching. Kito is just a very small conversation that I want to have with you. You know, over the last 20 years, in the Western world, I've been one of the voices that support maintenance of the Dinka culture and other South Sudanese cultures in the West. And in most cases, am I using filters on TikTok? Hold on, let me fix something here. What the heck? Got TikTok with you, John. Am I using filters? No, I should not do that. Let me fix that. Jack Law with ping music. Let me fix this first before Valaja. Thank you. I'll fix that. I was using a very bad filter. I don't know how did I end up using that. Sorry. I will go back to the topic. And I want you to listen to this properly. In the Western world, you go South Sudanese. You know, Nangichi, when I've been, even war channels, Sudan, I've been a promoter of the Dinka culture to be maintained in the Western world. But there is something funny happening with our people. create ban a lumga competition is not being taken as education. On gole lor kujala ka jiwen yeke loy tanko ich ben in the West, whether it is wrestling, whether it is lor yedier, whether it lor bor ka lor twitch ka lor, to know depend on what you are doing. Uh, there was one single thing that we need to achieve, and one single thing korkubu pio jekala ni lela mida beka pio ebe met bedini eket bengich dinu ni eket bengich yongo manade could be cultural meaning of that song bedil date because the concept is it take a village to raise a child chan no ke chon met bamuk ka kor benang ke chol cultural roots kuyen ke one of the most important thing when talk chu dil yo ko war boy ko war jal bai ko chinang. I left home when I was 11 years old, so and a very good grounding. And that grounding, a chadil pure any diet katong, any diet ke kwat, any diet ka miada pio, any diet ka dina pio, any chiang. Now I look at it and within our South Sudanese, it become a uniform thing. Ebe mit beka chiang do kume da bedia ala kulo e chienela. E email lo e chienela ku jalme ticha lo kulo, what are you doing that for? Eka chi date, chi bedete, but they are not the one to be blamed. I really young people don't understand culture, but young people in the Western world, they are actually the promoters of the South Sudanese cultures. They need young. I think okay. Naira and Western world in 2005 and 2006, or 2006 in particular, when I came first to America and to Kujalala, Australia. You discover that mit ko ake niar Western music from the country, from hip hop music, and a lot on ko yung mit on bo Australia on 1980 by that time ika ija Ruli, Ashanti, Beyonce, the Disney Child, yi ngaten on Nelly ke ka ken ku jala the Dan Holz music nang yi Ben Over and all that. That were the kids that were then in the West in 2005, 2006. Now I look at young like Ben Kule South Sudanese cultural events like a bay. You're looking at Mithamanti and Mith are very, very interested in lore. Whether you are now in America or in Australia, or young people are more interested in Kaka Young. They just want to be South Sudanese. But cake and a young cock and cake, Koidir are becoming more into jam. So mitale na chilo jal yu pejale ka meda jal dire tiyo na kayi jal ping, but they are not ready to understand yung meaning of it. So ke karbale we ke we koi ka mit koi ta air we mit go kulel ke mit ay mit kwa tene a che kurbi ka jengi mit kwa chen piot mit kwa kene loy. But the question is, what are you doing to promote that? Ena chama ndur ci jal pinga lula kana even lo indula le ka balu ruotar do ku jalwelo ka baruotar do ko abla dier or mendi yong chene dier abetoli YouTube video, but you are not participating in promoting that understanding. Ye cultural culture ye maintain culture ye maintain bemet berin ka bekanyi. Number 1, an man a jande in chango mointene a jaga ditene mama dietenela. That is the first culture in Yerogol. Kuna alwelen kulula mendi abla dier bolor ku kabelongo la loy ku yeno kuirinke. Majority of me now kulor bule kulor ku jalmeti jala ku jalti okay. Is my sound down? Okay, then okay. Let me try that. Can you guys hear me now? Pianga Enman. Tam ko ba share we ko die with 72 Facebook we jala 42 die TikTok 44. Tam ko ba they are quick check the am I better now? So na jal ko ben ko jal ko loin dola la le che man okay, for example na mi ta bu ko jor mi kwon to pana ira to ke chichen jenga chinyi ekui ke ka bu ke jor abu ke lar pana Junuba Sudan. Now look at the we thi loitin we diar we ka jam nyir ben ala loy we diar kwon we to we merga mit yong ler we ke jam nyire yetan ngoyen ye loy war pana jeng baba na la jam ku nyir ko we na nyir ki do nyir ko na run tero nyir ko na run te nyir ko na run nyir ko ka ye tero ku diak tero ku dik war ba nyan run tier kuro yen ke jam nyila loy yongo nyir kon yongo we ben chala jam we di har yongo we ben chala jam nyire de ya werur yongo wedding lo you yongo thi bela you ko wedding. Molan, it is highest. I don't know what do I need to do that. It is even showing red. Okay, let me go up. Can you check it? Then. So kilo radike. Culture chi ko did culture che lor ye culture understanding. For example, an problem on the educated class, the so-called educated class. Anang ko kwon ci ben ager war ko ci lok pi war pani Junuba Sudan. Akoy to kule ke lere ke tina ber ke yikir ma ya tin ka yima kwenlwet. Yima kwenlwet da dia je ke ngad miur. Yima ko ya ke la jamat when many of us were not born. Or you go to Cholo, ke king of Cholo. A very is an educated person. But yena de ke proud of culture de ke kar ba de ke. Pianga kene pinum. We ko dir when na jal ko ben tenga te diong we mi ke acha tinga juba ko Kampala ko jo young people they need to be there lord ku ke ka kor bi pion miet. Another thing is that we have a unique generation of young people. We have a unique generation of young people that are coming multi-ethnics. They are coming from different communities. Manatu now they need koi dir kon ang kinyika to explain to them what these cultural dances mean. Acha tinga ki yanda lo indol ku dai der. Ana der acha thing I recorded a video chandir lor tunyuma yadit. Anchi video recorded chandir ayang dit lor malwal. Anchi der kubulo. Anchi lor panaru acha der mixed with the lor pawing. And anchi lor lotuko acha der. Anchi lor po julu acha der. To some people that are not cultural, as they say, koche pie, koche pie. To koche pie, how you are behaving, keman videos yake tau internet ikandi lor. The majority tenang, I'm happy with what is happening now in Juba. Koche ngela biar ku kodier. We are promoting that. But you must understand your identity. Kibu bipioj. Pana kawaja. Kibu bipioj pana kawaja ke yechol technical language. Like for example, anang technical know-how, and I'm a graduate in information technology, anang media knowledge, anang other technical know-how. Anya ke does that stop me from being young? No, it does not. My technical view, but my identity must be maintained in a way that I was raised. And that will give me the power to preserve thousands of years old culture. Tiang kamantin alwele bara ane be civilization be yowara kulche mana paana kawaja. Kawaja be civilization be pia yowar after kawa chicheng winter kawa ko ke chol ko ka Africa. Now alwele yin ba kudu babu pol. Kuku kiti na jale ti kulwele what is culture kawaja ye culture ye cholngo. Kawaja anang German anang culture den. Lengelita anang culture de pay. Manene the English. Irish anang culture den pay. Scottish anang culture den pay. All the European countries. I jur watch. Ache koi theorot. Now German anang pi den ku kanang tong den. We ken ke tando man ka we South Sudanese. You are blaming a lot of our young people, but are you educating them? Are you telling them why is it their culture chengden yung ena more important? And man ti man based on what I have. And more important, I knew your kawaja love lecture for 12 hours. I love a lecture for 12 hours about Koya Chol Jing. I love a lecture for 12 hours about Koya Chol Sudanese and the important in the world civilization. Manatu en tongdia. Tongdia ya yu ka yen etong te kejaret. Na la juera na lo ku piru wong dio ku why is it important be jing be maintaining the same generation because now it's very difficult ba man kawaja yo. Ba man kawaja ba yo kenyi generation ke thiere kwande ni arere. Ba gwa lo indul okay che man nyan wina melana diet dina jamaen. Ku gwa lo adiu kudal molani. Kulo indul maneka kwen how many generations a kwen 10 generation from my mother to her grandmother. Kulo ga lo indul ala ka kwen men kulo la adiu yinike. Lo ka lo la adiu ini adina jak ajang adiu adin lo na jak ajang biur gar lek lenga jak ajang thier kube kulo rot kan ajak jang alung men ajak ajang biur gar lek lenga jak ajang thiong, and then I go like that garlic so and I go to biur garlic lenga jak ajang thiong. At that moment I am able to understand, to teach you man yung winyi ekne na la pyo ye chaman, for example tianga man kriyo ke anan ke ye jeng lo tenu ku lo ku la anan ke ye dia lo man lo la war ba ro ra ke ye dia ko yong ke chang jeng we must change it na lor ku jaleme ku le bara in the history we are the only society pinum kinity ke kana looking for a certain right, like for example walk pana ka wajatene it na ken roti agweti Keti will not inherit anything to do with Kaku. A good chak lava di tuene yen ku wechin me marriage certificate. Keti ngache tingdu. Pani jengu chanang mit kero ku into pani inchilo indol inchilo pani imoj. Automatically the land and cows and everything belong to you. You don't need to go to court. Pana kawaja atene chakamo yibo nango mit wene ti kuloto. Keti kachilo pana kim dadu kuleti kulela I want to know. No, lola no. A chikor banyi emando ka bijam gonna walk on mama de because you are not legally married. Pani jeng it is opposite. Manatu won and kapieto kato jeng it. But because now we have allowed the society to define wrong thing, especially anang town yamantina nang video town during the day. Ewuntin mamera kenya chang dor la yuti eknang miode ne chol anang miode ne chol kuke is very young but e jila piat aka chepyo ma yunde go ben ku mai pyo yunde ya kutel and go chibulo lo ndo ku lo ke child abuse. Why are you doing that? And it shows lack of education. They don't understand what they are talking about. Why? Because they are not exposed to that life. Ayen we yo where mi ti win kor ba pyo pan we ti ka dia juba na ga chila University of Juba ku universities ke we kor ba anchirere Western world in 20 years na ko chirere 30 years. Now, leke we kulula we kachine culture in the West that is superior to yours. But until you turn yourself to be a dumb person, you will never always you will not know yourself and you will be struggling. Coming back to young people, we are not preparing them and we are not educating them. So jala du ka ke jeng ne yeka pyo de kemit. Walk mantine na dai ko we diar. I'm sorry kana bela toko wogu. I'm sorry we diar ko waro rea. En what I in Melbourne we die war ke minta in Melbourne I attend young people lord in kwana dear work ala dear work ka let bene ke lord in dear thin ka yan lotin ku ba dear work. And why am I there? I want to educate them. I want to motivate them. Now, na loka bene kake jeng ya loka bene thige. I ben ku gwenye ka way. Kanye ke den ke kanye ke den che krediar. Binya bekany, which is engagement, it has nothing to do with women. Kanye ke den, it has nothing to do with women. Why are you there? Why are you there? Be awe ko bela nyu. Kurote ga balang ti ka ben kurote ga balang ko bogo nyu ke. Kule diar we be yo. Now diar ka loke ka la nyu je kanye. Yongo kul duon ni diar ko we ko war. Okay, na la ka lo mi kwon ka kuchang. Yen okay, eto ken. Na bere loko ben ken ya wedding. Loko jalwela yen thing den wa thi chen wa jam thin akor ku bu jab thol man tin. We mi thi ka we ke bo pora pa we ke bo ba be ra pa la ba be bul. Ta ko jam. Is it cultural? No, it is not cultural. Ye ko ke de ke gam e be ke ben jam war ga mi nyai whether ye nyan tyak uti. Ke be to na lo ku ye ran do me chin ne do me chin ku le ngo. Ngo ke ting do ne ke. Wa ji tok ku gam ke. Achina palat ko an ke ye dira guru war ka kuma war ka kuma was even better than this. Ka kuma war ku ye kula rusa ke pursa le banat to pursa le chabab ben ke dir. A be dira pinde na burun. So chabab ta ka kuma were even exposed to each other than Midkwa now. Midkwa are not enjoying anything to do with communities. We are saying that, okay, we are helping them. How are we helping them? Ina jel ke cherke bi yor bule ke ka lo ach be dia rapala now. They are ako lor jeng like no tomorrow. Ako lor jeng ke support ben wa jal ben ku jal ka bi nyut variety of lor ke jeng. Wara ke lo ke den pa ni chol South Australia. I was with them for 4 days, well, 3 days. They arranged their own festival. And I'm telling you, na era ne chlo kene je de chadai ke piat pa South Australia. It was one of the best events organized by young people. They have different cultural dances. Mit ke majority of them ke totena mit ke jeng ake die lor chuluk ngada al die lor nuer adi lor bargzal different type of lor tunyma yadit kana die lor malwal kana die loro, and they were so excited. Manatu mit by themselves mit kwanto pana ayer akor bi a jeng more than jeng chike di to work. But we are preventing them. Na la kala kulala mi kwan ka chen pio. What are you doing? Ki chen pio what are you doing? We ka young ke. An one an jam ka andai and we ka young meat. Achen culture bi mu. Okay na lar ke lula ka ba lar Kenya. Acha ting manen ke yen nga ya de jalo kulo de lo de ku wel no melo kulo le ke yen lo ku ye trend. Now they are being played by those who are looking for trend. Something that is trending. Kwen ga chi we ga ting man tin majority diar ki a popular diar ne ko lat ka dan ga ler met ku pinga le na chi lo tio ni ke men to pan ka waja tene akuny mana yi lok wala yingo tet wala yingo ko ne ka yor pe ni ku diar because tio ne dik men ne tio ne chi niar na le jala le ken ku le don't listen to that do dine duping e din right. You know, what is in my mind? Everybody is dancing. Okay, everybody is dancing to it. She or he don't understand the meaning. Na berko woya cultural diarban a good cake manateling. Yaman in the Poland cake. Diarban are being instrumental music. This instrumental music words are not going achira an cake. So a tune kelo. Take example ane I just came to hear what Diarganyan Kolomatiang, a song that I thought niech. I was lying to myself. I it. Thanks to a wording that is able now became pure chitongo jeng. Be diar be jal ket one by one go jal lo wo. I didn't even know that this didn't a quote. And I've been hearing this song for the last 40 years. Edin pure che thong no mamita panda. Anang ke ber kuitin lele kan ke tiang chin ke pure che thong no mamita panda. I thought I knew that song, but I was lying to myself. Now war ke jal ker go jalo ba dit jal det lel chen ki tiang chen ke chen a chen ni mithong. Yo lel ke ka ye ke jal thong. I never knew that. Well, okay. So I was just listening to the tune, but I don't even understand the meaning. You get the same thing there ka mira ding. Peter pa mira dieten. Nan din de ne kero ni chola ginko. On a ken e kai de ti gola ku gat ku la yen kede leken. Acha gat pin. I came to understand that. So what am I trying to say? Preservation of culture is supposed to be a government thing pa ani Junuba Sudan. Ku culture alum man ke trend. Trend na any culture. You have to understand the core meaning of what is your culture. And a good situation, ku take example chemanu ku ke di ne chol tip. Ku ke di ne chol tip ka nyime chemana do automatically. E di na nang mana, e di na tong. O na ke diar ke te kere diar ke thick. And this is why now I've become more familiar with diar ke panaru. Especially diar ke thick te nang panaru now. Kujala yen all the Padang songs. I typical they have gone back to the genre of Jiang Teron. Eke chol de piate chiang. E chiang ka ye pionya piat. Ay chu pionya piat la ba pio ku ke ka piate atang diar ke diar tenang dia bor ku twikis. Kulatik. They go into detail about bakwad badet. Now me ko achin that level of connection to songs. Da eka man tin wo generation wa ditia e one young we cannot easily go into counseling. Why? Because one ang dear. Anang dear when you cook a date and alome dina loko ketenke in pelipiopen. Alo baban woy because the dina chi jampio. A dina chi ko nyanang kapiat lekin. Do our kids have that level of connection to our culture? No. No, they don't have that. And a lor ku jalin in palpin alo ku lor ku tinkeke kalulo okay. Yen mitka. What is the level of education that we are giving them? What is the level of cultural education? We are giving them zero. But we are expecting more from them. Take example tinang chemane gok wa jamar kulel ku yen. Mit kuan kemana lo ka che gok aya gok kawaja. Okay. Or they are dating in a way that in a kawaja yen gok thin. A chuke be yen a che ban gok you walk. Okay. Ki ban gok you walk, are we teaching them that? Are we teaching them very simple thing chemana de yen a cha yugwenenya? Wa na cha yugwenenya kubar? What is preventing us chaman war na chi jalo indolana kulden e kalwele kule ko we mite man chi we wonim quote yena nan go bula we. What was dating life like? That mean ran to go ben kunyu ran to young people abichot bi kunyu pin ku jolly chol maybe nyan to ten ku dung to ten or ran tin to ku uncle, how was your dating life? How was it? We you dating wade. Manatu in bijal jam kulele mit dating a waj in Dinka cultures. Take example in Western Dinka, which is the predominant Bargazal, and a different way of dating with girls. In get under Padang, and different way of dating with girls. Bor can twitch is anang almost and Dukuban until in the last 30 years they have actually harmonized how their dating system is. Manatu kabathikulo, what was your way of approaching a girl? In Inya you would. Eka bira ane ba lwelo kulele na otien wa nyiri yo tine ke ai kankaro. ai han ke dia. Number 1, in mi nyan to ko bala ye ba nyal la yo lor ti chen dom yen ke ye die lor ke ye die ren war pa ni jeng e be nyir ke ne rote biro la yoktin kuman bene kero la yoktin mana to ke lor jal ko chala ke nyan dun cha tingun ke ye ke kin nyin lo ye go ku e first time bine yo ka ba chop chok ku ba gal ba jalo before bine ngi before bin jam you look beautiful and everything. You have to be very intelligent enough. Balwel kulwel yen, no. If I tell her, yen, you look beautiful, then I mess it up. So what will I do? I'll first need to know her. Ye yen ye nyananga. Manato no ben kulwel nyan kay, choying ye chol nga. Berin lwel kulwel ani chol nyananga. We take them for, kawar yuko kaloy, we take them for granted. But I chimit kokanyik. Our kids that are growing in the West here, they don't know all this. They don't understand anything about it. Now, we as a community have no way of helping these kids. We are not, we are preserving the culture. What culture are you preserving? If you cannot even, because he and Pure, whereby nyane jeng kudir, nyan tin kor kudir nyira kene relatives. That's why we take it. It was not educational. We don't actually an institution that was doing that because man ya epi ni nyira ke kenchen en ke ya man do ke ya epi daken a good be aran temia. So there was that education, there were cousins, there were everybody, there was that cultural system, the mentality of it takes a village. So there was a village around that person that is raising that person. Now we don't have that. Manatu ke yen ke lorode ke within our community. We have to come. We call Facebook younger na. Call Facebook. Tam ko ba loy share again. We call TikTok. There are 71 of you. Tam ko ba share at the ping again. Achanya YouTube. I cannot see it. I don't know who is watching me on there. So kilo radeke. Now, come on. What will come is this. Era anti na belo indul kuler kutinya anti ye cholnga ane cholnga dengek. Okay. Go ahead. What is where are you from? Clan don't yet know. Clan are from here. Clan are from here. Okay. E baba duken. Kunang mama do. E mama dietene ku mama dietene kunang mama. Kunang koko do. Koko dietene koko dietene koko dietene. Koko do by biag mama do kujala biag baba do. Kekela. Okay. Now, watch your why. Topa anduene no. To pandu no panda to no panda to no panda to. Okay, can I come yenin jalaruogium? I want to talk to you. Na ye pana wesi tinimantina ga jogo logo. Okay, give me your number. Help me with your number. I think I need to talk to you. We take that knowledge. We take it for granted. Alwel kuma ne alwel kuyen achimit ko achi. They will never understand it because are more likely to go into communication kenerur na leke jalo ke yin jala pawe ku jalben ku o man di yin jamara arwa kan yin ira ko nyake pin to wotine tene pin telepone e pin le beno goglo le kulto kulto and everything can go messy ananga kar ka ba det anang choye chol the lost family. The lost family anang very sad stories. People end up dating their own sisters. Midwar chialo into foster care, pana America, kapana to know. They end up dating their own relatives. Now, daika mantiene mid kwon ke jieng mid kwon to pana Australia, medakuj the first cousin akache second and third cousin. A chikanyik. Tongalangalisa has also driven the language down and alokulala, oh, you see, not my cousin. Oh, it's my cousin. Oh, he's my cousin and he's my nephew, but I don't know how. Manatu walk away or kuwaye diar kuyukungo. What you ready to raise these kids? So kilo rade keke what is it yongo kora jagwelwel ke karwelwel ke. ke kar ba lwel ka lwel ku we are raising lor ya ke tinga lo rat pa na ere a young woman thin watch me coin. We have to be very honest. They are not learning anything other than be to go and meet themselves. Could be la yuk, could be Paul, could be changakal. Nyaka look I beyond na yika kate, I jack and I yika tau kachuk. Yi ba jalo in they'll take example where koi bor koi get twitches. When a very good system there, Kalon. Anang a good to Gwenwari, chol Gwen Yanya Ching from Gur. From Gorag, down here from Aguarpin, wala bagol pinyitene, you can tell ye gwengo ye nyan tin runtier ku kuro ye cheng. Ye gwengo ye nyan runtier ku di or runtier ku ber ye cheng. Ye gwengo goya gur, goya yen alwal, goya yen kech. What was the level of girls? Inya ye jale no, ye nyano gweninde cheng, ye nyano gweninde cheng. And what was the behavior? Are we telling our young people that? In the same thing to young people. Na chira anti chi initiated etialang ka chi ka chieng rak yen rak a pol ku yen jo jala pal rak a ten abicheng etialang abicheng magwar abicheng ayor ablo ken la ku ler ken ngonyale ugwer ka mana ya ga ting mana ye nyir ka taw ka ko nyan ji tia ka lo lo le taw ko nyan chi nyan to nyan ji tia ka chang lwal or nya o ting chitia ka berket chen ke ngon chaman kalan chaman dan man watch ya ke ngon ye why or we are out watch is supposed to be na ke ngon watch the up we only wear them for cultural show but na leke mo chimana de yen if you are 25 years old what kind of beats are you supposed to be wearing? Do our kids have this? Do they know that we have a cultural system that is very well structured? Achiu korbulamid kwa because yen it is too what? How do I say it? It is too nomadic. Apparently, we are competing for education. Nagalwel is too nomadic. A kokwan in what anything more cultural. Alwele yen ayerana yokular. What is it? Anyway, law here and you are still more cultural. Allah India yin kater, but kater change jade and I am typical jeng. Well, what is it? I'm typical Jiang Yang Chan Kateringi. I was brought up Jiang, Atunkato Bate Chaiwar, and I must have that. I must also be able to educate. Now, Kichijari Erki community, do we even have time for people to educate? No. Take example, I became an author a few years back. I came with the idea Bantong Jiang Bana PH, and I even created a YouTube. I wrote 20 books, children books. I only published 5. Did they went out? No. Nobody is there to buy them because yen people have no time to teach their kids that. Now, like no, me kwan not ready to learn anything. Okay, now lolo indulkulelo okay. Work as a society. Can we have sessions? Can we have sessions whereby we sit down one koi dir kumit? Eba jala yung na jala yung kemana community gathering waru aba gogol pa in Australia, America but ja you gathering kemana jal fundraising jal yo. Na jalo ku jal fundraising jal yo. People will spend time saying kar de kene kar be ran liu toka. Somebody will talk for more than 30 minutes. Kalibran to only to give $20 later or $10, but he or she has taken 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Ka kukelwel ku kar be jwer ran holeje. Achi jwer man de kuy man de ti. E kar be jwer kulwel arwa wange mitke don't even know that. But Nachi Benke Jianga when they come into events, they just want to prove Arwa. So let us be very honest. wo ko ya ka ting wo jong wo mi the okay we watching take example. There is no event that I will go into, even though I'm going to record it. There is no event that I will go into and I will not dance with the young people. It does not show that I'm trying to be an educator to these kids. Lekin tinang giang yin ke zol belit. Kada pal ke wanyen pinda. When is the last time chiwe ka jal tinga and chole young people? Other than young people ka chola ka kene. When is the last time chen we community tinga kuta num kulela yin nyen mi the rating nga? Come and talk to young people. No, nobody is going to do that. And then I like a banyi jala ka lokulela walk up mi war tena year. Walk or bu mi war na jal ka thi kulela ba mi war. What do you have? What do you have then with mi war? First of all, you don't understand them. Second, you are not culturally oriented. Now, like a cultural event, like a lawyer, I for a show. Another thing, now lawyer, you can America meet, work meet. Where whether you pan Australian jam experience, you Australia, ku jala pan a Canada, I took a Canada thing. And this is my 5-time man ben America. I started coming to America, kitchen meet America. And bo America 206 ke lost boy de ke chen mit chat in 9 teenagers. And you been 2022 America, and you been 2024, 2025, 2026. Then mean and a very good knowledge of how our community is behaving in America. And a very good knowledge of how our community is behaving in Australia. They are not there to help young people. They are not there to preserve anything. They are not there to educate anybody. Kumitadir. Na jalka loko jalka meeting ala ke shabab behaving crazy. Alwa meet chibente meet chin piot. Meet chibente meet behaving like this. Meet chibente, but are they ready to learn? Yes, they are ready to learn. How many young people approach me always kulela Uncle Jack? We are following you. And we went, take example, I'm followed by over, on Facebook alone, I'm followed by over 30,000 young people under 24 years down. So that means I talk under 24, duping, they are at the age range of my children. That means I am being followed by young people. But now, they'll take example, I am one of my sons. I'm sorry, I have to give that a story. I actually take example, he's traveling, like a local UN, and you pick. Man, dear, pick. Pick no. What do you understand what pick is? Pick a chair, pick a pick a yellow and cheat or unbeat. And cheat, I've arrived. One of my kids again. In my elder, the Kalula and pick. What talking about one month here? Where did they learn that? Baba, and you pick. You pick, no. You pick mean what? Now I have to sit down. That will trigger jam. Man, they can actually and you pick. I will and you eat. Pick I will pew without pew chet and go pew ka pick it in a volume measurement. Okay, all pick. So pick it pick pew I eat it and pew I pick it in it. Chocolate you pick it in. Lekina and a pick ran it. Take example, and my kids are near kudak, especially my eldest son, kujala my daughters. One of my daughters will ask me, Baba and Corinne, how do you used to date? We go what doing, Mama. I will be able to tell that story. And why am I telling that story? It is to help them educate themselves, to learn themselves. Because at the end of the day, they will calculate your years. And any topic within our society is a lesson to be taught to our young people. So, what am I saying? They don't understand you. You're now, you're a chilum ke cultural pride. You want to prove yourself a him. In ke we getting sometimes it becomes a sense of war. Ekretong and na berelo oia lor. Lor is supposed bullet supposed be an excitement. Be a reason for happiness. You are supposed to be happy. You are supposed to celebrate. And kwe support ba dier ba ke date ya pet. Ke man yi pan chol denga jangon ke cho wa ye dier ke yi pan chol pingon. E yi on pe nya di din bilin lindu kamanwa. A che pentemrut. We because we were able to understand ke wilka and those songs were able to guide us because one and cultural understanding of those songs. On a very chemanon whether Lord dear kanisa cheman ke kai ping dear kanisa ret ke mi to here, but they don't understand the meaning of them. Or cheman dai cheman panen ya Arizona cheman panen war ya yul magot or all those or ya nyariol or kokok. These song man tina ping mit ka air cake, but do they even understand the meaning? Because ke ya dite ke ya dite if you understand, take example warian why yan ping dear ke panaru. And a bit of knowledge about Panaru or young Padang and a bit of knowledge. And Allah ku yo din pa wen or din corpulus. Na Allah ku yo din corpulus dia ka corpulus dia din marbek kay din toy kay din root ke then binang a very good connection to that song. I'm more likely kay din pa wen yata. Come on, not to the end because I understand them. I will be able to understand what is in the song. Na lar ku yok din panaru ala ke din che mane do panaru ku piang din panaru ke ku le le ke kwele dit ku le ke kwok ka le ke mor che ka le ke bibiok ke then I will be able to understand that. Why? Because any clan ke panaru na la lor ba den ala lor ku le ke majan ku le ke uno and everything that I will be able to understand that the enter within a lor kurquat kaine rueng ya I understand them. So if they say a word, a name of the clan, come on out to I'm able to pick the name of the clan. Na be lo bia ya lo lo ka biore ma nyara cha ke dil. Come on out I will also be able to pick that. Edin kene ya bad abior. Abior is a clan of the 9 sections of Abia. Now look at manuar ke then dina chabulula la manuar wede jing very difficult. Why? Because then in manuar I Abia. Now le look udil ka chak then I will be able to understand that just because I understand cultures. Now la ngok jale ngong ngong Abia ken na la ben lualiak kulela kuye din kerke din awia. Eka ba ngeja uda we can ga juba nang din de ke ka ba ngeja juba can. Which mean the 11 sections of the ngok lwaliak. I will be able to understand that. You get the same thing if you go to Twin Mayadit. Baba la ku yoka lo ku yok dit ke din adyang. Kule okay, take example in jam dina miel bolchol ku kirka about pan bolchol and everything. I will be able to pick that. Acha le bala lela lo ku le pan ko cheri ana bala lum or an be kwa kwa bala lum ti or ma bonga yela bala lum. Why? Because I have the understanding of the Sikh communities within. In get the same thing ala na bela will. Na la will alo ku yok chimana di en dina jam about pajo, dina jam about ajong. Manato I will be able to say koka jam about abiam. Na le lula kina jam korok, kina jam aja wegata, kina jam or even just be lula ka jam about paliet. Take example like on tang Marco, Marco. When you talk about paliet ku paliupin, ku yen malwal, korong chen, a pet attack and all that. Now I will be able to understand that. Why? Because the composition of malwal paliet kay paliet ye paliet kay malwal kay abiem kayen paleopen, which mean I will be able to understand that this is talking about this. Nala ben gokrial. Kunya yale ka ya pule the jamen kaya gok kay kwanya yok kay awanamo kaya wanichan. Come on, Natu, I will be able to understand this. Nala ben to indeed. All the 21 communities, kule kunala Kongor pinga loku piang Kongor kanya, these are two different communities. Manato banyi that I have a knowledge of this. Nala tong buka lo ping keto ditik kala ler ping keto ditik kala luanjang ping keto ditik kawan pare kala ping keto ditik kaye tonye la ping keto ditik kaye ako geneto ditik kaye thi keto ditik kaye mo keto ditik. Manato I will be able to pick that because I have the knowledge of that community. All the 21 communities that are there. Nala benagar kuboko kira garala kira agar madong ye kwe jam ya liam to yuan ka ya liam to tu ye ke gon ka ye ke tu yi ka ye ke mono jam, and I will be able to understand that. La lo go ka la ku go ke itier ku dia ku lar ku tienga le ran lel bongo ke bongo ache bongo ton e bongo go manatu ka yera ni ke jat ka yera ni I will be able to understand that. Why? Because I have the cultural education. In get under babela pakam. In get under baben yerul. Ye babena ale ye lwache ke dinde. Ya pa ke dinde. Ye other communities of real ke te ye ko madbar ke dinde. Ka ye ko ka bang ke dinde depend on the sections of communities. In ga ban be agudo babela tangi ngale. Yerule. So the moment you understand this, you don't need to go to university. You need to be culturally educated to be able to understand this. Right? The moment you have this level of education, manatu yenina, you are more likely to. They don't see that as education. Because in cake, they will just think that you are like them. We have totally different mindsets and we have different level of education. And that's why it is very important rani chiangde kurani culture de a more proud. I am a typical Jiang. And that's why, and so don't take my knowledge for granted. And I'm calling Jaman, don't take my knowledge for granted. Yen chiang da must chiang must be maintained, or when you see me can dear Lord dear cake, don't just think that it is for trend. I'm not doing anything to do trending, or it is because of content. No. I have a deeper knowledge of that. And are you one young them and kulekian kulele panichol to nyanang communities get the rokutoke kwadir. Kuchinyi chinyi. And I look you go local medal. Okay, take example, you meet Jaguar, you local. Oh, where are you from? I'm from Bargazal. We part of Bargazal. I'm from Tony. Oh, okay, you're from Tony. He's from Tony. You don't even know that person. Actually, he's from Tony. Okay, or Chirala, well, I'm from Bor. Yeah, I know you. Oh, you from Dingabor, and that's it. What is Dingabor? Dingabor, culturally speaking, winter. It is a geographical location. But now, as what used to be known as Dingabor then, is now combined of how many counties? In Bor County alone has more than 21 different communities. The same thing Tang Twitch is and more than 17. You go to Nyarweng alone, more than 7. And you go to Duk, more than 5 in big, go to all, more than 5. And each of the manang section, take example, the leri na ngaja la ka ngaja take kachala pana look, kachala duor ke duor, but take a chala good to quatke. Chago ben Yarwing Jati word, you ka legati word, but take it. Acha gacha lo indur ku chila yo ku le rane ane dala. Okay, you will have to go and see that or ane bekar. Ke the yi bekar ten and got a thin. And got a thin within that. These are cultural education that we have to have. Right? It is more important. These are very simple things. These are the cultural, in order to educate and to prepare a child mentally and educationally as well culturally, akor ba yen that hope yen above from this particular proud society. We are not giving that to our kids. We are not giving that to our youth because we don't want to look so cultural or what so nomadic. What is even that means? Now look yoga koi war chiman biman kawaja ben ayo and man kuleli na jako ke. I will take you into a test. In my tested with cars, my IQ will be below zero. To know another number. My IQ dia daga below zero. Now better look kuleli yeni but tested with movies. My IQ will go below zero. Why? Because that is something that I have not invested my time in. Lekin alolwela ale loku chenge. For example, now we die midari in Kengol now be in man. Because they are having direct translation of the names. So me are now actually responding to me are responding now to the cultural naming, and they're saying ew. Alwela, this is what it means, ew. Why am I even called like that? Why? Because we have not been able to pure the importance of the young naming system. So they are running away from our Western, from our names. So they have not been given the pride. There are names that are blessed, that are carried on. Like for example, yung grandmother day. Yung ka wang yar, ka wang majuk, ka wang kwach, ka wang mangu. What is the pride? What is the symbolism? Take example, me de bicha ku me de chol yar. Akin yar kwate kun ter ka biti kulul baba. Why am I? Yung ina chol yar ku en akin my grandma chol yar. Manatu, you will have a power now to sit down kulul mandia. Mandia. Yen kien ye ketoke. Mantin jam woke on tiaka and mamadu. Now wang yar piate lum ke yen ye lodge babadu. Yen ye lodge kwarkwadu. One of the biggest cows. Wong pietaret. Kukere yare kwat. Yar boke ye dan dit wong echi chen mama tiagon. Kubere lo to. Ore dan chala chadon mendia. Chan ba woj. Dan ka chen ke be wong ke betia. Ke betia mamadu. Go ku wong go walk on it ke symbolism of the respect that we have for you. Piado wen ku near yen gen wenger. Yen in the area. Manatu ke man be understand be in ping. Be getting that. Kujalumi again is the Smith na lwelen okay. Achi go lumi Smith. Lano buni a yonko cha buna ben kulo inge dolwar ke rin konwar chene kuoka choli David yi John ku yi Michael kungo. Boku lo rin ka ke blessed. Inge en kwal menyango do gwa e kolon kulo kunon kwal. Kirin ngan yale ya. Kukukin ku dedu harman tino, for example, Miss Chema na yo kenan. I made a big mistake when angle religious name law into my name. Now na lo ni dulmi akulome le kun mi akulele ke aje mandia bego chola nya David Young Deng Chenko. 10 generation down, okay, about 5 generation down the line, David will be treated as a different person. And I ija lo indul ku jalwele la yen and be actual John, Philip, Abraham, and I'm quite go loyman. Quere chi yonum, a chol John. Kuboku yor wunum, a chol Philip. Kuboku yor willenum, a chol maybe Michael. Kuboku chol David. Manati minang David, Michael, Philip. Yen keki terku an Arab. In ke ter ku are bonye beni ben ku chek yin ku jalwela yen in be chol Hassan al Ahmed nga aballa lo ni yab da la tipik wala ngo do che ke dun beto now chirin ku ben noten rin ka kwata ko they are gone manatu na lo mon bor ka mon jeng de lo yu ku chol ku le ka be chol John James Michael Philip you have just produced mon kawaja there. Mana 2 years down the line, that is how that culture is gone. In you were getting in most of my document, I write a young dengi chianko. And I put that anka waja kulele kaka in che kina in che ne chola jack, denga baba dia chianko kwa dia. And if you need the list to go more, ke anambelo in I will take it. I will take it 10 generations. Oh no, we have enough of that. And that's why I like the passport system of South Sudan. Erin ke di jaye kalong. Right? So the adiu, yes, religious name hold, but they are foreign. They hold good, great stories, but they are foreign. Mostly, they have no connection to. They are foreign, and they will never mean the same thing. Another thing you need to understand is that Sudanese civilization existed before these names were invented. Whether it is Abraham, whether it is David, Sudanese civilization and religious beliefs. Religion, how Sudanese take religion is not the institutionalized one. Religion, a connection between a diu kwa jak, yena a chol du chia. That's napping ran a chol a check in tong jeng now. A check actually mean knowledge. The only people that can name God with people in knowledge I jeng. A check mean knowledge. Tinankoi kuchen. A check tong jeng mean knowledge. And I know Ranja, you can really check and two things. What they mean is that a deformation. Eka yelwela pelka waya ya chia ka chi chaka ya ka ya chia. A chia manecha kenin a chol du chia. Du chia manecha ka man ke chin the tum. Yene ke cha ken ya so do ka jak a ya chia. Yagario ji yene chin le chi chal. Yes, you are right, Adiu. You are right. In the whole significant, it's significant. We are a very religious society, but in two different ways. That will have another day, whether it is how we came to approach Islam, Christianity, but the Dinka divinity alone is a totally different thing. And yeah, no, okay. Chemane Lueth. Take example. Lueth is a very good name. Adi- and Lueth in Jama and Lueth answer the Facebook. Lueth is a very, very good name. Lueth Tongjang Lueth Kukwal I prayers. Lueth ku jala kwal Tongjang I prayers. Alang kunya alang ke kaya ke chal prayers because ki ye jeng loy war bae ki ye jeng loy war bae dinakwa. If there were no medical facilities. Oh, Terka? I don't know what happened. Hello. Pengen. I think one of my cameras went off. So just hold on. Let me play music. Hold on.
Bueno, umbe de sama kan ko chibi ko ni kit. Go kapya na makento. Karaje.
Canbo, let me change the light.
Bye. ba de ye ya nga che ya bandun
Hello, good Aldon. Uh, Pengen, no sound detected. Where? Okay, can go TikTok Pengen back. Go ja go Facebook. 35 people on Facebook. I don't know what. Can you hear me? Pengen. Okay. A TikTok. I think there are over how many people watching? 58. Uh, yen which okay. Now no question, but it's okay. Carbon ke. Uh, Dabore de kilo radeke. There is nothing called I don't believe in the Jen culture. There is chin culture of pick and choose. What we don't have now, there is no culture that is better than the other culture. And a context in which that particular situation is approached is what make everything worse. But if we were to go into cultures, even you walk when cultures Japan West are even I more araj than any. And I just teach a local one of the major things that Yamathin man Ben Wajala Jamal, okay, women rights. Kuna lwelen women right, kulwelen a local jam in a legal perspective or a cultural perspective. Kayen jengela nang upper hand. Unless it is an individualistic interpretation, in a kayen law different nala. Lakin yen ka ju cha to ka le ku ka youth ke to ka walk we are approaching things in a very universal way. Again, there was nothing called universal Jiang culture. Jiang when they were back in South Sudan, Jiang are different nationalities. uh Jiang are different nationalities, and Jiang are influenced by different cultures. Different cultures chi Jiang chi ka in influence. Take example na lwelen ku lwelo okay jal gwalum come to Jonglei State. There's Bor, there's Twitch East, there's all, there's Nyarweng, and there's the PG County have different communities. Root Toy and the Barbego communities and Root Toy and Paweng. Totally different practices, different beliefs. Na berelo la tenang telerin Western Bar telerin Bar Gazal. Totally different. Take example tenang giang now. Anang kwet ke kwate tem ko 9 generations. You take example and when yana nga kwet. Until recently, any man can okay, ani jampa ne da man. Walk one in yan tin totin chal diu jal walum walk. 9 generation later, every difficult but they by jamone yo nyana ko kwai now. And when nyana ko leg, nyana ko kwai and to go away. Because it is still believed, even though you nang 9 generations or about no or 7 or 8 generation, we are very strongly connected. We are still one blood. So it is unlikely that it will not be acceptable. You get the same thing now. Meet 10 generation. Kuman chena 10 generation. Will I be able to? Did Yen, will I be able to do that? So different Dinka cultures are totally different. Kuma nene ke different. Achin te tunga de ke yene jamine ka yen deal piat because nang the level of education, but level of misinterpretation. And misinterpretation kuloirat, then it create a lot of bad things. Ine ka yen walk away man achirkan and culture right. Achirkan and culture when right to. But how you are making interpretation of that particular culture is what is making it bad. Or what were you exposed to? What were you exposed to is another problem. So it is very important, and that's why it is very important, Bunyut Ping, when we are sitting down, then we need to talk. Whether there's something to do with legal things or it's something to do with cultural things. Ka ben ke ka kor ben wo ka jam tin. And so chang jing chin culture, if you do, okay, take example, if you say that I don't believe in culture, na ran chelwel TikTok ya ku jala dabora. If you say that I don't believe in culture, then what culture will you believe in? Because na local what culture will you believe in? There is no particular na local Western culture and kin Western civilization. A local jam Western civilization ala kanang kau ko ka de ke chu jak things that we don't even have words for. We will be caught in the middle, and that's why a lot of our young people are very confused because we have nothing to teach them. We believe that what we have is bad, and what they are learning is good. And then young Nami are caught in the middle. They are caught in the middle they are caught in the middle of cultures. Oh, I want to know much about myself, and I will appreciate that. So one thing that there is nothing even in okay, one of my cultural trainers and one of Mekadun, I agree with one thing. There is nothing that we can pick and choose, but we can all discuss that. What is the context of what that particular uh, what is the concept and the context of that particular situation? Because take away a judgment in a lot of interpretation is making things worse. So, what will be the solution? The solution is let's talk about them. Let's educate. Let's tell our kids what is right. So, I can talk this show by check, and then we can continue next time. But I do believe that we are not very very keen in what we are teaching our kids. That's what I can say. Any other question or random question whether Koto TikTok or Koto no? Okay, blessed Athena. Our culture needs to change some things. What are those things? Write them down. What are those things that we need to change? Give me an example of them and why. Uh, what are those things that we need to change and why? Blessed Sinner, that is on TikTok. That is a question. What are those things and why? Okay, marriage of deceased brothers and uncles. I think that shows alone. That means you don't understand the context in which it is practiced. That's one of the things that I'm actually happy to explain that to you. Kiyani jenga kina loy kiyani coach. That totally tell that you don't understand much about jeng. Jeng tonga katwing chi jeng study ke chol avoiding extinction. Bukwat be nyin chetok. Bukwat be nyin chetok. Yene ka yene coach. Yene ka yene chot choy part ke chol cheng. You take example about explain to nangi na che we didwar ka we nyir we dich. Man chen we did ka we nyir we dich. We pandun na le we take example yin nyana dol in chi tiaka in chi did ke in nyana dol ku we chi did we dich ku we chen du ku we. Ran we ka be jor mi ran to ka be tiaka bla liao. Ran tung we ka bla twitch east. Ran tung we ka bla murle. Ran tung we ka bla nyarweng. Ran tung we ka be ngelo mondari. Mama duna blok to mi ati chen diop. Baba duna beto ti chen diop. Yang aja dong pandun te. Bemil ku binang me nere den ka binang me lene den. Ka binang nere den, you will not be coming back. E pa na ye lula pa ne tum me nyin tok. So you are out of line. Achin generation dun beto again. Ina ka yene jeng jam ko lele yen pa na nge chu kor betum me ya. Nyira ka tiang mana tu mal bene we tiak we nyir we dich. Abi wet ka welen kon ben kulum ka ku tiak diar ken because we chira jachin kurbe we kurbe pandun because manatu ke ai ka nyani nyicha nyan twenga betia ku boku lomun wulan ku letik nyan ro betia ku boku lomun da wulan letik pan wulan e ko an lela ton wene cheng wene nok wodo ne ci berti ke tinge ro because yen a che ta de chi mama don ko betik manatu we then that is the end of your family in that ko kwane ke ka kwa dia ga pingan cheman ko war ko yam kene ke ka. Are they going to exist in the next 100 years? No. Ika bi jiem ku jalo ku le we ke nyir ka malden war che nyan tu nge tia war. Malden che be chama bach. Malden che blo ku sara. Nyir ka akor bi bana la dumia go me go me go ago mit ken go ko pan heden go ko pan ba ko heden kate go ko pan chen wonden ku manden tiotino go be ya nem. Ko kwon we nyiri ne ke ti cha lum ke ku lo ku tiak ting wan mo don wen ken dit ku che na ne chi dit ku ke to ke ka tiak ke te ke mal don aboku la mal don chin ke yen pole ye mal don aboku lum ku lo ku tiak ting wan mo don war chi to ku boku yin wen wo don be dit ku che ke ye pa mit ka pa ke mit ka wan mo don na we rana ne jela mundari ke ne jela tujis ke ne jela liao cha be jal be na la du because ting men mi pandu ne num to mi ka wan mu da ba ke jal go we be jal go la du na wo do na kin ben to ke kwane. That is called the continuity of the family. E man chen wo go le runa do ke ber ka cha ka ping a bin to ko ben e ke chol continuing ka yin ping man ka lo kwa na die for the last 500 years and kwane jeng die e ke ye chol piet a ye ka pi ta ya a cha ko de it is not about women e kwata ka ye pi che kwat che nyin be to ken ka yen we ka pin ko yen exist yen ka yen ko ka equatoria jangula dinga ma gi mutu yen ka yin yu wana cha lo indul war ka le yen ka ko wontuk wel riam ka no moy pin e we dien e ka da ka e ka do ne ka pin ayo yen ko chi to be lok tiek pian ka mana de war ba ku ye wontuk monom or in chi di ku mi da kai ku alok to ayin ci dongi tok ku yin to nyire ku nyira ka tiak e ka lwela ka chen kian tum do war ke ci to ka aban ga mala nyira ba ka lom chaman war chi ne le cha rio ke ne le ba kon ko ne le ba kon ko an belo ndon mi da kai chen war ci to go ya won war ci to ke ko wondir ku won war ci to aba ga tie diar mala mi da kai ko 10 years down the line ke inkinang families ke diak inkinang pandu in wen pir inkinang pana wendit ku inkinang pana wen tin ko rin wet ko mor manato pandun is likely to survive another 500 years in ci kwata cha pit wet ye chol kar tong jen karan etim chilela that is the word it drive to tong jen e kar lo la nge tim e roben kar e pit. So na yake na chiran che we context that a continuity of the family. It has nothing to do with DR. There is a perception that ora kor biti ke DR jujen ka en ke la ora DR ka ko chito. No. Ayelo la panti a kor big deal cho pir so that in the next 10 years karan war chito wa achi be bento. Jeng to ben at 64 war there. Jeng to less than 40 years ken to less than, so jeng is more likely not to survive. Yen ka yen we ko wo waran tok e lo indol ku lo kwa lo di yen ka yen we ka yok aguda cha ka la he man yen ke ya ke yen ke man yen we la he pin ku lo la ne chi to war ke lo ka wa ja ten ago ka gong ya ke pin la be Africa be di ten yen ke practice lo jeng ter e ke yen ago yen nan ke chi lo an ten nan toto se ke chi to aro go ton to ngaro la be ku le ngor le ku to ton tin after 10 years go kwat in kake go jeng study that is science. A go jeng study how many years ago? It is a cultural jeng lo ki jeng study to avoid the cultural extinction. Aye jeng lo be cha ben mi ayen ka yen lo indul na chi jeng war bai. Pana ka waja tene ku chabiyo. Ke inchin nyen piang ka pet we ka kan. Pana ka waja ku chabiyo. Inchin nyen you are done. Pana jeng ku chabiyo ke in coach in be pir. Piang ka pet ye te ye ni jeng pana ka waja ku chabiyo ka kwa tok. Lekin pana jeng ku chabiyo. Ke ye ni lo indul ku lo ku tiak ting du. Ku because nyane jeng ben ku ping ye understanding that moinde anang dysfunction when ye nan moinde anang sterilization when natural sterilization or infertility atoka ye. Ika bokur kane pio pinge nyane jeng ku lo mun pande. Ku din mit kene won pande. Won pande nom. Won pande ne ra kwel urwa ko weche ro lo ke mo. E ra kul chi tik ben ke tik o bleting ka boku temet. Ku jel na mi akale lo la yin wele nyin we mit ngolum dana wonke. Wele nyin we mit ko. Duke mit ku duke kon nyodo ke mit ku. Manatu rane e koy ke pir. Pana ka waja ran ke biyo you are done. Jeng avoid that. Berke kene wo watan jeng ku lo ben ke ne ti ku bar ku charor. Ku charor ku inchi mondu tiak. Ko mo ndo boku lel ku le no ting dia che to ya pinam ke chen mit aboku lo indul ku ye mit ke ting yen di te ke lo nyen ka dul ku te mit ku lo man tin ko ya ku lo ku yin ting de ting wen yen chen met ku le yin ting ti wali nyen we ting wali nyen we man ti go man ti che man du e man ne ting ti ke yen ka adoption ne ye ka wa ja lo ba ten ke le ting ti ku lu raise ke man de na kira lo ye ken mi aka lo no ting war chero or ba etina bu wel ke wa pianga ka jeng are very intelligent eting war chero na ne le be ku ka e chol le nga ku ka e chol nga ku ke bror ku ka chen mi ka lo ka bu wel ke wa abe ya wan ma e yin mo inde kel jam ting diene abe ya wan ma mana tu ke lo ku kormal na no na oke ne ke ye ke tie ke non ke lo ku kor mal ku bar ku tiak ting de ku yen ti ting ni akin be na ngade akin be na ye chol ngo akin be na tuom ilo ku be mal ku bar ku taw ke mendu bo ku taw ke ting wan mut bo ku tiak ting de ku rin ke ye ke chol na ni ye chol den ka ye chol kwol ka ye chol nga ke mit kun ke ben man mit ke automatically be mit ke wan be mit ke wan mut e ting du ke chawele ting du war ken ne mi aje me ke chawele ke ya tiat ka ba ken lo e ting du war ken ne mi aje me ke chawele ke ya wan mut yeah we culture do that tiat ka yeah we culture ye lo ya bagada we ko jam cha culture ka waja kwen yeah we culture does that ba it no ku charo you are done ya onda chike ya ba it no ku chamit ka ro cha ka di da in chen ku cha nyir cha ka di ku ye to ya ka you are done. Nobody mind about you anymore. Ya onda chike da ya tiar ka ko ya onda ka da ra do tan tiar ka now ka ki ye jeng lo wa ke chol preservation of the family. It has nothing to do with the balor ti gwalango ka che ka je dira ka ke ye jeng lo na ba na lo ko ben western wellman alo we must leave this culture to who. To who? Okay, ko wa ba culture te pe de ko wa bro abu ke tiak. Ro ra bro tiak ko dia ra ba dia tiak. Kene western culture ne culture bulum ngen. Ko be le no. Ko then what are we? Ko wa lo into ke chole swinger relationship. Western culture. Yin ting du la be ku ba ting de be ku wer ku ke. Achi lawyer. So what culture are we going to take? Which culture are we going to take? So lack of education is playing with our people. Right? 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 So yene ke kar ka ba de kan. Uh yene ke kar ka ba de kan. So we are totally a different culture. Pi dai. Water wanang chang da pe. Pia malwal books. Aguru arpani jeng ake eket diet, but I don't know whether that would mean anything in a context again. You can write books. You can write what? What remain about it? Kiye jeng lo ware ke chol your family line. In ka some of us now anang generational continuity 500 years down the line. 500 years or more than that. Because if you are able to remember your 14 generations, it is not just easy that you continue. Kukacha yo kuma pa etene mantina nan kawaja yo ka diaw. Alwela I don't even remember where I come from. So kitoke ke lorat ke kor ke ba lom ke interpretation e jeng ka ye ka lula ka jeng ka kina right ang jeng okay bring the alternative. Yo ngopia tang jeng. Everything got good answers if somebody understand the context of it. Yongu inheritant. Take example women rights. Jeng don't believe whereby kwana nagadiara yelwela kaya violent community eche support benegatik kene cake. We mean jeng ache promoters of the violence. Kwan wento ke go wacho achi jeng achi gam. Kwan nang trying to anyune ke yo ke trying to anyune achi jeng achi gam whereby. So we need to be to understand that jeng is civilization. But because of this mentality of just grabbing it, oh, it was not good. And then give us the alternative. Because watch it Pano Kawaja. We have the cultural understanding of Pano Kawaja. Your Middle Eastern cultures, your biblical cultures. Biblical cultures will even reverse everything that you have. Biblical cultures, yeah, they came after Sudanese cultures existed. So, okay, gato. We conclusion, okay. Make sure that you do the right thing, and so yen ke toka yen ke karba lewe na no rana ngano question, please ask me again. No question that you could understand about the Dinka culture, just ask me. Second, third, and fourth. Five is more. Adiu in on TikTok. Polygamy war pani polygamy was not being promoted. Polygamy is conditional. Pianga piat. It is not Jiang culture to say war Jiang are promoting polygamy. It is a practice that is not promoted. It is only a practice that is allowed by your condition and a situation that could let you do that. Polygamy ban bathi diar kero ache no, it's not even ache by consent, ache by consent, anang by condition and by consent and by okay. Dai kapana kawaja, and I will give you example of Jiang. Polygamy pani Jiang ache culture that was promoted to be everybody thing. No. Aye Jiang ayelwela na chi diar kero chika luka dutem. It is not a culture ye young local we have to. But an condition, pianga. Condition that led to polygamy pianga keke. Number one, whereby pani jeng. Inchi these kay ne winter ku inchi and mida ku ato. Chaman in the chenweka ping. Na chi na lor ku go ko when mo win talk winter ku kana wada matken jito okay diak one. Automatically you should know that yen when kene abediar ka abakala kach. In kachang jengen because the core is a core me that can be rento. It's not about you. So the best thing you can say that no. Na ye pan ben ko chitola ka chanjila thin. You better stay away. Because automatically rana be me the can abakala kach. You don't need to be asked. Chiran kor bi thi na be na oto ke chiran bi la thi mi akulelien and kor man ka ba akar ba kach. No, it was there. So na nyi chen ku yen ga yen pia do tang jeng ba go no mo na ye ting tiel ku le no. An che ke lo de gam diar ke ro. An che ke kor ba la ka be a ka or a che ke kor be wet ba chen ji to be ka ke ire mo nye. Because it is something that is going to happen anyway. Ma ke ire mo nye ku le no an che la pa andon. Ku jale lor dul dun bi la yote bin na ting tok e to ken. Now, like Ben Pan, was it in a lot of men are paying child support? Why? Young child support system. Could young a chin kiripo letter. Chairman Dime and the Myth Common generation of Myth Common Tina. Keka Ali I recommend Tina Kukeka Midachula Bay. So we have teenagers now that are already single mothers. Ekene ye young a gelwar by. Now Barku ye man do Kubarku Chanyan Randalia Jacobo New Coach. Hey, nyaka ci bana lwele liaj kwa lwele yin ci liaj cha kor alo okay ci kor ku yin ci yowe ye yongo ci ne kor the only thing be nyane ci rog metale ena ci koy ke nyala jam ko no wa ci nyana ci kor or ci koy ke wa ci jama nyana ci kor in ke the only thing bene man bene rog roke in ga bene rog paneden lekin by any condition nyan tina bedil lwela ke ti baetna yena dil nyu ba tan be atik kuman be na tik kor wala chi kor wada yen yine chila tajne woni yen ke dunu pol ku kana nyan dun kor piondu tiba jala lum ka den nawa ye jen kan wel kula no yin ke chaliache is already a responsibility ke chaliache is already a responsibility. So what we need now na no ting dun dia ke ngore ku inang mal du jal ke du dia but ke chaliache already we are taking the responsibility ting du kan. So by condition, by the choice of your sexuality, yin be deal forced by a single by a polygamous. Why? Because nyan tinti hachi kor be a single mom. Yin ka chino wo word single mom tong again. Now we call you pure man. How many single mom do we have? Because we are not taking responsibilities. War pani jeng lo ta jwene tinga rando ku lor ku din met, you lose cows. Lo ta jwene nyana rande ku lo liaj ku je ku chi responsibility lo mi rong met, you lose cows. Na ber nyanda liaj you lose cows. Na ber nyanda liaj you lose cows by the okay yin lo ku rong met the tem ku rong met the tem ku rong met the tem by the time kin nyir ke dia liaj you have lost 18 cows and ane cha in chitok ti agware di ben by. It is not about supporting polygamy. Polygamy is support kwa rejected. It depends on individual condition. It's the same thing pa ana kawaja tene mantine na daga in yogran kulele yung inage. Adaga chi yok. Because it's nom de leke ni or yung ina lesbian. No. Yin chen power to tell her that. So okay ye jeng loy war ye na che culture that is promoted. A che culture ye lwela na le kudu. Then it is up to you. Na nong mal then yin be kudu bala loy. So nyai ke chol sexuality by a good pan kawaja tene na bi moin kawaja kule. Kia kawaja lwel manete na ye kawaja ke pen kawaja ke pan kawaja pianga pet. Kawaja men ku chamen dula di ka che as long as chamit ke tier di. We ko to America we ni kan non ten wa ni kan no ko non. No mit ke ne diar ke de ki chi diar ke datam. Kwa kin ke tiak. Achiran you can do this as long as you are not going to have two certificates. As long as kawaja tin two certificate, legally speaking, you must own a certificate. Can by take all thing do, you must own a certificate. But na chin certificate ba tin di da ba ni jin in ken tik. It in ken tik. So kilo rat ba ke culture jeng cannot be culture jengwar or jeng jengwar is not about how you feel. It is about how that family want to continue themselves. Koro kwa be nyin to ko kwate ka be tingwar che tingwar che tingwar na ngamit ka be continue ade be kwanden be continue be pan be tieke. That's what is creating all this. So ENHA is not about even supporting or not supporting. It is about the reality of the ground on the ground. So we kaka jeng ache korbe na lum ke ka korba context yung yene kene yene practice. A korba date it properly. Achin ki ye practice war ke kere pol. Ti ke che pol. Ti ke cheng. Where ti tinang kawaja. In ke ye we ko we pe kada ti kero da na ye Bill Gates ku ye Putin ku ye Jeff Bezos with billions of dollars ye Elon Musk. Ayoko we war chimana de yen kwet ku chalo kwet ke kwet the relationship do mu. No, it doesn't work that way. Tang jeng thing definition of the ku chiang pana kawaja ku definition of jeng totally different. Jeng about continuity of the family. Tang kawaja tene ke chol ba cheng ku ya ba yin to ba na chingala dir mi aga dir di den chendir the quantity is strictly practice. So na no ran question the pe ke en bajal teach lekin interpretation interpretation jeng yen ngeben ku wer ke de ti chene tatin ina ka rio ka ju ayene ngalo ko loindol ko ler ko te ko or lom or interpretation a chirman bun kenen yale cha loindol ko nge ko were kite wen ben bidi ka ye che man ala go loindol ko le yen okay ana ro ben ko le yen polygamy our culture we have to promote it. No, we don't promote it. A circumstance do ka be determined. It is not something adaga chulo bu ben ku jagu nyu ku jagu ya le we jieng ran ben ko be dil ti diar ke ro diar ke diak. No, action ke chirgen. It is your circumstance you be forced to do that. Is up to you. Ku situation ga ka ko che ko forced to do that. Is up to you. Agutin nang jieng war na ran le ba yo ke ku won ku ka che ko be ti ina ga chala ku won na ho ju jare ko che ko be ti ka body. So ayena ka nong question na no ran ko be ti na. We got to Facebook, we got to TikTok. Chan be tok ti chen kujala ko okay. Yes, yes, Rachel Wing. That's very good question. But we see families breaking up because okay, families have been families are breaking up not because of polygamy. Families are breaking up because of how individual feels. Ache polygamy. Because yen and anke a sad story of polygamy, kwanang a good story of polygamy. Polygamy ku mat ko kero ke nim tin diar kero ku monto ku da diar ke dia ku monto ku moja tiel ko tiara tiel. How do you expect them be rare? That is an individual can actually be rare because ko tiel acha na tiel nga because take example inchi nyala tiang nyan tiel or inchi mo or inchi mo gamo tiel. You don't blame that on polygamy. Blame it on a person. Don't blame that on polygamy. Blame it on a person because rana chi kurbetek yen ke ma na to yen ke pak bay ayela lele ye polygamy che polygamy na mukila eran go because rana tela gude chaka bay pa no na mi che ye kor birom na mi men che kor be chin wan nyen men ken chen na men che kur be chin wan nyen men ken. So the same thing na lotik tiak ting chin ke na lotik tiak lotik tiak ting in ke the same thing e ke ye anan ke kawaje chol controlling preketen na lor ku tiang mon che kur be ba la tai bi mon ja che kur ba la tai bi na ting in ke in chi chenga pet ke ye na lwe le chi go kor na ting in ke in la tai ka lwe le ting dien yang a ke jam ke den ma na tu yen in ke the same thing ke ne ting wen to ka tiel. So you cannot blame it on polygamy. You blame it on individual behavior. They anang ke pia di chol jealousy. Jealousy ko when chol the lose of ownership. Because ke tiel chabo man tine na lwelen ko lwele ke pia dien wa to kanen akor biran na ran kor be jor. Kuma no ran kor be jor, I must fight back. Because then this is where you lose. This is where now ke jala lwel ko lwele yen polygamy karaje che polygamy karaje a behavior ko to in the polygamy. Yigaror ka yigdiar. So that thing has to sing in a good chaka jengun there. They understand that. But when polygamy can succeed because though they are keto thin are good hearted. But when polygamy can succeed in they are keto thin atiel. That is a normal thing. Or monchi they are kabay atiel. It depends che tiga to ene guatil. So yen a behavioral issue. Not anti-corbetic. Any question beyond that? Hmm? PM Malwal, that is no. They will always argue. Chaka, okay. One thing that you need to understand is this. Inga dek lo wer tije agason dalia yung la yolium is not a that's is offensive but not a koilum abajuere tong bora little well nen ayolium che suppose be ya ayolium kwa berdo ja che suppose be ya offensive eti cheni jenga belum ay eti cheni jenga lom tin da but they are not supposed to be offensive kilo rare ke PM alwal on Facebook answer to alwel how do you bring two beautiful women together without being quarreling Uh, that is a daydream unless you are lucky that's a daydream you go to the Bible Jacob etiag loop yinga ga nyan ken nga ga nyan man yile ken Rachel arobo man reda bi ben tip na long nga ku bi alwang de ku le ta yo mon de ba mi di nga be ra lwang de la be Jacob na maring Jacob na bi dit ken diar ke ngwan ko because of tiel diar kero nga ga nyan mama de so to have that question balwele yen the only the lucky people that can get the lekin chak ben amit getting to ke diar kumat ke they will always have issues and that is biblically proven chak ben anya kaman ya e che ko ke kulelen kuleka be discover that you have relationship with them they will never can negrot ayub kani so a obvious thing that na lwele ka an be 2 or 3 ku ka chi lu agio no lwendogen internet but if you are lucky to have people that have been brought up in an environment where they don't have serious childhood trauma then you can be a good story you can have a uh, you can have a good story. Culture is now being defined on the lenses of individuals. So in a keke talk a lot. So we bagajal Paul, I don't want this show to be long. We bagajal Paul I hope people will listen to this and make use of it. Any question before I go? No, any question. Rachel, Anto, I'm using the computer and Quanto, it will be difficult to bring you on. Anto, I'm streaming on Facebook and TikTok at the same time. So it will be a bit difficult, but I would have actually bring you on. But nacha anbela dualen tade bala du kada anbela du TikTok and maybe and then I'll be able to call you. Right? So we chaka mod we baga ba jale ended we nyale kana wake and we'll talk again. Thank you.